Nothing that would stop me from playing music, ever. Nothing. They could cut off my hands, but do whatever the hell I want. I don't know, man. I'd hit a drum if I was deaf, even, you know, stuff like that. So, I mean, people need. I need it.
The reason I'm doing it is because rock and roll is the most important, fun, satisfying thing in my life. I really love it. It's just something worth saving.
What is success? Success is us being able to live off the band, I think. Being able to make it out and just have a record that gets out to people and gets remembered. That's the ultimate. Yeah.
People see us and go like, oh, you guys must be like a rockabilly band. You know what? Fuck you, we're not a rockabilly band. Fuck you, we're not a fucking anything band. We're a rock and roll band.
We do what we want.
If you don't like what we're doing, then go fuck yourself. It doesn't matter. Like, I don't give a rat's ass what anybody fucking thinks about what we do. I really don't. Like, I want them to either hate us or fucking love us. And if they have any in between attitude, you didn't fucking get it. Fuck them, otherwise.
I used to think that I wanted to get rich playing music, and you know, that's always a side benefit. But the thing that thrilled me the most was, you know, was not the first time I got paid for playing music. That was the first time that someone was singing along with a song that I wrote, and you know, that was a wonderful feeling.
There's been a couple of times where after some of our better shows, where we'll play on like a Friday or something like that, and then I'll be at work on a Saturday, and here I am standing at the cash register just ringing people up for their crap that they want to buy.
Bringing some assholes.
There's been a couple of times, yeah, exactly, bringing some assholes. But there's a couple of times where I've had some random kid come up to me and be like, you were that guy from that band last night. What do you mean you have a job? And I'm like, you see what I mean? I'm nobody. You're shopping, that'll be $4.50, please. This is how I put food on my table. What did you fucking think I was doing? Coking chicks afterwards?
Boston is a great city for music, but no one here fucking gives a fuck about us really, so we don't really care.
And in general, Boston.
But it's great to be a band in the city, because there's so many bands, there's a lot of competition, and the competition is good.
bunch of college kids go to shows.
There's lots of competition, which is good though.
There's lots of bands, there's lots of musicians, there's tons of kids that play instruments.
I love Boston. I love the shows I go to. I love the clubs. Well, not that I love the politics of everything, but I love Boston. I think there needs to be a little more going on. But that you can say that about everywhere. It's the whole picture right now. So you can't single out Boston and say, oh, Boston needs more going on. New York's got it. Chicago's got it.
Live here, so.
Yeah. There'll always be more going on.
There should be,
It's definitely a drought of rock and roll.
Obviously, it's kind of when you're engrossed in it, it's easy to take for granted. You know, when we're here every day, it's just like, we don't think about it. But whenever we go to other cities, and we're talking to other bands and they hear we're from Boston, they're like, oh, you guys are from Boston. And I'll start picking up brain. And I'm kind of thinking like, yeah, Boston, But then after talking to them, they realize they don't have as many resources and outlets, that are readily available here.
College radio here in Boston.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. In the United States for radio. Because we have NPR, ERS, ZBC, HRV. I mean, and these are all, they have very strong followings as far as stations are concerned.
Being a college town, I think, really makes a difference too, because we've got institutes of technology, we've got art schools, it's very eclectic. You've got every kind of educational institution in the city. You get people from all walks of life, and I think the only way that they can cohabitate with one another without killing each other is to accept one another. So I think it creates more of an open-minded environment.
Boston scene is the most party rock and roll scene in the nation right now.
It is.
The most party
town. They won't even buy him a pizza.
rock and roll scene in the country, but in the clubs in this fucking town.
It's indicative of what's wrong with this fucking country.
Yeah,
they don't give a flying fuck about art. If you were a football player, man, goddamn it, you get the key to the city, But we're rock musicians. Oh my God, reprobates, whatever. It's ridiculous.
There's a lot of good bands from Boston, and scene I think is pretty good as far as people supporting it. I wish they would support it more, but I mean, who doesn't?
Boston's got pretty good radio compared to a lot of places, and stuff, because there's a big college town here and stuff, and people are listening.
In Boston, you can't have underage people in the same room as someone drinking alcohol. So therefore you end up only playing for little kids, so then if you play for older people, it's so it becomes two separate scenes. And whereas Providence, Rhode Island, you can drink in the same room as you can have as younger kids or an all ages show. I think one of the big problems with Boston actually is the situation with trying to have all ages shows. Yeah. I'd be playing shows and I couldn't even get people my age in to see it. I'd be playing at bars when I'm 18 because there's nowhere else to play, and I felt like a jerk.
Well, it's not that they're against young kids having fun. They're just against what happens.
When young kids have fun.
At some of these shows, it's not all of these shows.
Yeah.
It's only
But,
when a bad situation happens.
More or less, the kids fucked it up. Every place gets shut down because there's a fight. Somebody does some fucked up shit. Somebody jumps from the balcony. Somebody goes in and beats people up with hockey sticks. You know, the rat people are fighting, stabbing each other, puking in the alleyway. It's
Everybody
like,
wants to be crazy. Well, that's kind of bound to happen.
It's bound to happen, but that's why in Boston that's why there's no ollies. You know, there's always something like that. You know, some lawsuit at the Middle East.
Yeah.
Some cops coming to the rat.
Yeah.
That's why there's no all ages shows.
They figure they'll put an age limit on it, so they can't really maybe hold liability or something. You know, juveniles might get hurt or something, or you know, they don't really welcome. A lot of people just don't like kids. You know what I mean? But kids love music, so it's just kind of like denial from what they want. And I don't know. I don't think it's fair at all.
People should be pissed. They really should, because I think it's a part of town planning. City planning, it goes way up. You know, the clubs and all that, they should have waivers. They should have things at the door to sign waivers or do something. But you know, it takes good planning and creativity to do that. And you know, I don't think creativity is associated necessarily with making money.
There's no such thing as a show in Boston where underage kids can get into the same building with people that are drinking. So you got to choose one
I'm not
market.
into the music that fucking 15-year-old kids are into.
Well, for one thing, I mean,
half
yeah,
my age. You know?
kids could be enjoying our music. Kids could be enjoying our music without drinking. But it's, I mean, where can we play in Boston right now that's going to let all ages, like on a regular? We just want to do a Saturday night show.
And the problem is we couldn't fill it up with 15-year-old kids. So why would we play there?
Teenagers are stupid. And when I was a kid, I didn't like a lot of the great music that exists. And if I was a kid and I've heard a lot of the things that came out after I was a kid, if I'd heard them then, I probably wouldn't have liked them then. Because I was stupid when I was young. Because young people are stupid.
We might play a place where everyone was allowed, but that doesn't exist. It's not like Europe. For instance, in Europe, there are lots of places where they serve alcohol, but it's an all-ages club because it's state-funded. Or in that country, there's no drinking to speak of. So pretty much anyone can go. If you can reach the bar, you can drink anyway, so a lot of people choose not to drink, but everyone goes to see the shows.
It's not the punk of the days of old, with the 80s, where the young kids were so hip. It's like, now you have this like contrived hardcore scene, and that's the all ages.
Hardcore ruined fucking punk rock.
That's the all ages scene, and we wouldn't really fit into that, because we don't have the Youth of Today shirts on, the right tattoos, although we have the records, and we grew up with that.
Well, there's tons of different scenes.
But not for the all ages. The all ages show is a scene. It's a scene. It's not like a young and old anymore.
We're definitely not going to fit in with that.
The other part of all ages shows is that means it's early. And like all ages doesn't...
That won't work for me.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the all ages shows all happen in the afternoon now. Like, so you can't have a show where it's genuinely all ages. Either under 18 before 6 o'clock, or if it's
I know.
over 21 after.
Everything
we don't
died.
need it.
Would happen all the time and everybody could go. When I came here, I didn't know what 18 plus meant. I didn't know what 19 plus meant. I mean, and I wasn't 21 and I was playing shows that were 21 plus and I just didn't understand. And you'd ask and you'd say, well, can my underage friend get in? And it was absolutely not.
Unfortunately, I mean, that is the truth that, you know, clubs want to make money and the only way they can do that is from the bar.
interesting thing about it is for any band, even us, is that, you know, we do well playing in clubs and bars and stuff like that, and that's all well and good, but the trouble with rock and roll is the bread and butter and the lifeblood of rock and roll is teenagers.
The kids.
And it is damn near impossible in Boston these days to reach a teenager.
It is.
Because nobody will have all ages. If you do want to have all ages, this is what I found out from playing also in a punk rock band. In order to have an all ages show, you have to front at least $500 to rent the room in the first place.
So what punk band has 500? Any band has 500.
Yeah, what punk band has $500 first of all? Then you have to go to whatever city this show is in. Like, say you're going to rent an Elks Hall or a VFW or something like that. First, you have to front the cash to get it. Second, you have to go to the police station and pay $50 for a permit at least 3 weeks in advance. And then 2 days before the show, you have to go and show the permit and prove that you're going to be playing this show. So, you know, as far as like underground punkity shit is concerned, that's just about dead these days.
The all ages thing is definitely held back by the fact that the clubs don't make as much money. They don't make as much money because they can't sell booze to the kids, and it's not about the music, it's about the dollars for a lot of the clubs. You still can't see some all ages shows.
Where's the love? Where's the love? What kind of faggot-ass question is that? Move on to fucking... What do you mean, where's the love? Isn't that a song from the 70s or something? Where is the love I thought was mine, all mine, till the end of time? Was it just a line?
Fuck off and die, Chisler.
Love is cleansing the adult from an adult's mind, from my mind, and going back to when I was a little kid, and I can, everything was bright and it was fresh. And that rock and roll, just rock and roll in any format where it's like just simple, like childlike songs, you know, where everybody can sing along together, you know, and stuff. And that's where it's at for me. That's where the love is at.
For the record, I'm not looking for the love. I am the love.
Nice.
Love is just another 4-letter word for rock.
I fucking win, cocksuckers! Where is the love you said was mine, oh mine, until the end of time? Was it just a lie? Where is the love? You told me that you didn't need me, that you would only say goodbye. But if you really didn't need it, why did you have to leave? Where is the love?